Hi, Brogis. Good morning. We're going to start another beautiful BroYoga Brunch together in a seated position. So if this is not comfortable, you can always have nice straight legs. Any position that you're seated in that just brings in the relaxation. So we're just going to start. Nice deep inhales, nice deep exhales. Just let those breaths match. Start to close your eyes. Although I have these beautiful sunglasses on, my eyes are open for you. You are safe. You can start to let go. Taking this beautiful time, such a rare occasion when nothing needs to be done. We can take this time for ourselves. Start to relax any tension in your jaw, tongue from roof of mouth. Relax your forehead muscles. And just start to take this time to let all tension release from your body. Breathe it out. Let your sits bones sink into the supportive earth beneath you. And on your next inhale, exhale, you're there in your meditative state. As with all of my classes, I always like to bring a nice message into our meditative process. So today I have you turned your pain into purpose, not just for yourself, but for others. And you should really love yourself for that. A few more nice deep inhales, exhales here. Really set the stage for yourself. Now, when you're ready, very gently, we're just going to bring a little awareness back to our bodies. So opening your eyes, let's bring our hands to our knees, just grounding, bringing it back. We're going to bring a little basket weave in front of us. So just interlacing our fingers, bringing them as a supportive little hammock for our back of our head. We're going to open up those elbows, looking up. Very early, we're just kind of opening the chest up, nothing too intense. And then what I want us to do is bring those elbows forward, bring that head forward, staring straight ahead. The elbows just encase our head like a little protective helmet, and we're going to move through a very gentle and supportive neck roll. And if we're moving in one direction, we're going to move in the opposite. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Let's do one more in the opposite direction. Coming back to center, we're going to bring our biceps by ears, and we're simply going to just move through our classic little twist. So for me, I'm taking my left hand to my right knee, and my right hand acts as a second spine. I'm going to inhale my musculature, exhale, rotating around that spine. Not to bum everybody out, I do have a sad story this morning. About an hour ago, I was putting on my shoes next to one of my little cabinets. Inhale, come back to center. And now we're going to bring opposite hand. So for me, that's my right hand to left knee. My left arm acts as a second spine, and we're going to rotate. So I hit this elbow in the corner of one of my cabinet, and my arm literally, it just like, its life flashed before its eyes. I don't know. I couldn't feel it. I could feel the pain, but that's about it. So my little wing is just, I don't know, guys. Say a prayer, to whatever deity. Thoughts and prayers, please. Bring them this way. It's very painful. I don't think my arms are covered. I think it's still traumatized. Coming back to center. And now we're going to cartwheel our hands, and we'll all meet in a nice little tabletop. Now from here, making sure that our fabulous little wrists are under our shoulders, our knees are under our hips. Very supportive here. We're going to move through some simple cat-cows. So first we start by tucking those toes, broadening, sinking our weight back as we look up and open up that collarbone. On the inhale, exhale, unfurling our toes and doming the middle and upper back for a cat tilt. So inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Very classic here, classic yoga. So if you see me like doing anything weird with this elbow, guys, just, give me a break, And on your next inhale, we'll meet in that cat again. Just taking a second. And we're going to now move through just some fabulous little arm circles. So I'm just opening it up. Okay, here it comes. Here's the bad elbow. Okay, we're living our lives, guys. Just make these beautiful little ballerina circles. For me, it's my right arm. Whatever cubby hole you're in, just let it flow. If you're moving in one direction, let's make little ballerina movements in the opposite. I know we're all graceful. I can feel it. I can feel your grace and beauty from here. Even if you're like a giant man, embrace that little like ballerina side, Okay, now coming back, tabletop. Finding a second to let everything settle. And now, hopefully this little elbow can bear the weight. We're going to move, very dramatic, move through those arm circles. Guys, it hasn't happened to me in years. I just I couldn't even process thoughts. I don't know. Opposite side. Maybe I have to find the good in it, Keeps me humble. Now I'll meet you all in tabletop. Take a breath, let it settle. This is recovery here, so we don't need to get crazy, all right? Now, from here, I'm going to first elevate my right leg out, like so. Nice in line with the hip, everything's tight and light, and if I feel like I can, we're going to bring opposite arm, balancing table. On our inhale, we're here. Exhale, we're going to scoop under elbow to knee. Inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale up. Exhale, elbow to knee. And we're going to hold. Just for one extra breath here. Tight little package. Speaking of packages, I hope everybody had a lovely Valentine's Day. Back up. And slip that in when I can. And we're going to release that left hand down. Now what I want us to do with this right foot, leg, is we're going to bring it out to the side, almost like a little fire hydrant, and plant the outside blade of that foot outside of our mat. You can pigeon toe it in a little bit. You should feel stability through that leg. For me, it's my right. From here, I'm just going to shift my weight a little bit forward and back, kind of do a little hip floss. Just opening up all this interior and exterior. Now from here, I'm going to meet in that little gate tabletop. I'm going to walk my left hand to center. I'm going to take my right hand, raise that left, opening up that heart, nice little shoulder stretch. We're going to thread the needle just with different legs. So just bring it underneath and plant. Now, I'm going to get crazy. I'm extremely tight today. Can anyone say ski erg? It was a very ridiculous workout. So I can always just bring a block as a pillow. If you have an actual pillow, live your life. You know, I always promote a couch pillow. So this hand's down and we're just facilitating that stretch. Taking your time. One more nice deep breath here. We're going to press through and open back up. I'm going to move off. I move my block, reattach this. Don't do what I do just yet. And now in this nice little gate pose, tabletop, we're going to walk our hands a little forward, shifting our weight back and finding that child's pose and gait. It can be a little intense, that inner thigh. Make your adjustments. And just breathe in, breathe out. Excuse me, I'm playing with this little microphone, sorry. Take your time. Release that forehead to the mat. I can't, only because I have to talk. You can always release it to a block if anything's tight. Live your life. Nice deep inhales, exhales here. Now from here, if you have any props, move them out of the way. Moving back to that tabletop, we're very simply going to find that bouncing table again, both hands down. And what I want you to do is bring heel to glute and just move through some nice knee circles, just bringing all of the tension that we've built up in that hip, just letting it go right now. You can make this as expansive or as small as you need. If you're moving in one direction, move in the opposite. Beautiful, guys, beautiful. I can feel the beauty here. I can feel the beauty. Okay, from here, we're just going to tuck that bad boy underneath and take a second because we're going to have to, just even out the sides here. So we're starting again, elevating. Now for me, the left leg, but whatever opposite leg you did, we're going to bring now the right arm by the ear, bicep by ear, I should say. Hold it here. Inhale up. Exhale, elbow to knee underneath. Inhale up. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, underneath. We're going to hold here. One extra breath. ASMR, people. ASMR. Okay. Elevate back up. And now we're going to release that hand down. Now, for me, this left leg is going to almost fire hydrant out. And we're going to plant the outside blade of that foot. And we're just moving through. If you have any natural adjustments that your hips need to make, widening of the knees, your body is intuitive. Do what it is telling you to do. Just opening up those hips. Bring a little life back to those little joints. And now from here, we're going to move into our thread the needle. So from here, I'm going to walk my right hand to center, graze my right with my left arm, opening up, shining that heart. And now from here, threading the needle. Now, for me, again, I told you guys, very tight. So I'm just going to place that little block underneath my head. If you have a couch pillow, man, you are ahead of the game today for this. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Guys, these blocks are very inexpensive. Find them on Amazon. You just need two. You need two and a heart of gold. Boom. On your next inhale, we're going to press down, open up. Really expansive again. Guys, this is my new favorite song, but maybe a little loud. Okay, from here, we're going to move into that little child's pose, that gate child. So we're going to walk our hands forward and shift our weight back. Releasing the forehead to the mat. If this is a little tight again, you can always bring in that block. If you guys are interested in any of my playlists, I have them on Spotify. It's under Trish Ryder, and there's the BroYoga logo. A little pitch there for you guys. Also, while we're hanging out here for another breath or two, please check out my website, broyogafit.com. I'm going to start a weekly newsletter, so you can just put your email, and it'll be a little bit of me in your inbox. Jokes, sparkling personality, domestic goddess. I mean, what else? I mean, so many describing words. All joking, guys. All joking. If this is how I really felt, my God. Okay, let's move that block and let's move back to that gate pose, tabletop. And now from here, I'm going to move back into that balancing table with my left leg. I'm going to bring heel to glute and just facilitate those beautiful hip circles. If you're moving in one direction, move in the opposite. Fabulous. When you're ready, we're going to come back to that balancing table and then just simply scoop that knee underneath. And from here, I'm going to just move into a full child's pose just because, why not, right? This is restorative today. So we have nice wide knees, toes touch behind our glutes. We're going to shift our weight back and melt our heart down in our forehead. And I just want you to enjoy the vibes right now. I've created such good ones. A lot of good vibes today, guys. Just come back to our message. Find the love for yourself. Be proud of what you've created. Be proud of something you did this week. Find your empowerment. A few more nice deep inhales, exhales here. Now very gently, I'm going to reattach this handy dandy microphone. And we're going to move from child's pose. We're going to move to that tabletop again. And when we're ready to tuck our toes, we're going to find our first downward facing dog. I just want us to take a minute here too. Let's go ahead and pedal out a little bit. Adjust our pants if you're me and you just feel them moving down. Had a lot of candy yesterday, this gut. Pedal it out. Shake your head yes and no. Let's start letting things go a little bit. Start letting that stretch work for you. You can even go up into the toe beds and just make little circles with those feet. Maybe even bring the tops of the toes down. Oh, watch out now. Hello, shins. How are you? I said shins, by the way, shins. Don't cancel me. And when you're ready to find stillness, do so. Press through the heel of the palm. Nice upside down V. Let the head go. Now from here, I'm going to place, for me, my left foot center, right foot, three-legged dog. I even pop my heel that's planted to really make it expansive. And now from here, I'm going to tuck the knee underneath and plant the foot between the hands, I should say. There's only one of those. And from there, my back foot, I want us to rotate it 90 degrees and really feel stability. Your front foot should bisect your back foot. So if you have to heel ball toe, make the adjustments now so that you feel stability when you engage your core and bring yourself up and move into warrior two. So Find a low point, not in your life, just in your lunge. Let's think positively. Elbow or, bad elbow or not. Really, every inhale, try to get lower. Tuck your tailbone underneath. Pull the mat apart with your feet, looking past those front fingertips. Nice deep inhales and exhales here. Really building up some heat. Now from here, we're staying in this position. I want us to bring our fingertips behind our ears. Boom, look at that. Little cactus arms, okay? And now what I want us to do is we're just gonna shift forward so that front elbow comes to the front knee and the back elbow comes, well, towards the hip. We're just gonna move back and forth in this. Let's try for 3 more after this. So 1, 2. I know that's a slow count, honey. And last one. Slow counting today. Mama's working at slow motion. Coming back, warrior 2. I want you to scoot forward and exalt that warrior so much so we straighten that front leg and take any pressure off that front hip. Beautiful. Slight itch. That's me, not you. Don't do it. And now from here, we're going to cartwheel our hands and we're going to move into a nice side angle. So what we're going to do is we're going to release, for me, the left hand. It's the interior of the right foot. If you need a block, pillow, whatever, and just get a little side action, almost like an awkward twist here. Just really opening up those hips a little bit. You can pop that back heel if you need to. And now from here, what I want us to do is cartwheel back up with this block. There's a method to my madness. Exalt again. And in all the space we've created with that stretch, I'm going to bring this block to that top hand, that front hand, and I'm going to place it about 12 inches in front of my foot. I'm going to move back so everybody can see me. And I'm going to move into a half moon position. So everything's open, tight and light. You can look down to the side. A couple options always with half moon. Your hand out to the side is the least restrictive. In the middle is more. And if you want to micro bend that front knee and try to elevate the hand, that's the hardest. But I always like to give people a challenge. A few more breaths here. And now simply what I'm going to do is bring my other block. If I had it a little closer, been better. But we're going to move into a supported warrior 3. So both hands on blocks. We're going to square the hips. So I corkscrew these top toes. I corkscrew them towards the bottom toes, closing the hip. Just take a second. Now very gently, we're simply releasing that top foot, that elevated foot, to the bottom foot. And guess what? You just forward fold. Nothing too intense, nothing too crazy. Bend your knees a little bit or straighten. Find what works for you. A little more hammies with straight legs. Beautiful, everyone. Beautiful. I can feel your beauty from here. Now very gently, I'm going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Little Jenga pieces. Very gentle. I'll meet you in mountain. We're just going to stay here. Take a second. Come back to your empowerment. So, what have we learned just now? That we need to keep those blocks close. It's on me, my B. Again, I had a shot of espresso. My thoughts took a second to get back in line. Okay, now from here, we're not just quite done yet. I want us to start by, again, basket weaving our fingertips in front of us. And we're going to place them behind our head again. Still in mountain. I'm going to just kind of heel ball toe, just making sure my feet are in line with my hips. I'm going to now gently open up my elbows, bring my chest up, and start to almost sit in a chair as I expand my chest up. So find your own depth. It should be called the CrossFit stretch. It just stretches everything I need right now, baby. For a hard CrossFit class. Boom. Now on your next inhale, release the hands, move into that forward fold again. Blocks, you're going to stay here. Walk your hands out, find that nice high plank, and then chaturanga, scoop the heart through. Our first vinyasa, man, a late vinyasa today, guys. So this is either cobra, upward facing dog. If your hips are off the mat, tuck the toes and find that downward facing dog. Maybe I just wasn't feeling vinyasa today, guys. This bum elbow has me making some decisions. A few nice deep breaths here, guys. Just come back to it. If anybody has any comments or concerns, please always drop them. If you have some stories about elbows, also drop them, guys. Please. I'd love to start sharing some experiences with Brogis while I'm doing this. I can do that. Listen, I'm multi-talented. All right? I can vacuum and do yoga, so expert vacuumer. Okay, coming back, we're going to bring now, for me, my right foot to center and elevate. My left leg up, three-legged dog, popping that bottom heel, making it more expansive. Just taking a second here, then bending that elbow, bringing it underneath, planting the foot between the hands. Looking back and finding that 90-degree angle with that back foot, front foot bisecting the back. And now we kind of know the dance moves. So we're going to find a nice supportive warrior two. I got to look back at it. Okay. We're doing great, guys. We're doing great. And we're going to create some fabulous heat. Creating some fabulous heat. Just take your time. Warrior 2 is my favorite of all the poses. I have it tattooed on my arm. Just reminds me that I have a lot of fight left in me when I don't feel like fighting. When I have to kill them with kindness. You know what I'm saying, guys? Because I always come from a place of kindness. That's what I say to myself every morning. Okay, from here, we're going to make those cactus arms again. So we're going to put our little fingertips behind our ears. You can kind of see that a little better here. I'll give you a little shake. I'm a full service entertainer. Okay, now what we're going to do is bring that front elbow to that front knee, and then back elbow to hip. So in order for me to just kind of see you and you see me, I'm just switching that around. Well, yes, switching it around for everybody to see. Just so you guys kind of see both angles here. So let's do 2 more here. So that's what it looks like, okay? With my face looking at you. I know what I was doing there. Okay, 2 more. 1 and 2. And then we're going to come bring it back to center. And we're nice and straight here. Warrior 2. From here, we're going to scoop forward and then move back, exalting so much. We straighten that front knee and bring any tension off that front hip. Beautiful. Remember, blocks. Where are they? Find them. Think about them. Now from here, I'm cartwheeling my hand. So I'm going to bring my right for me. It's the interior of that left. Just getting a little stretch here, a little side stretch. You can always bring that block underneath if you need to. Imagine this. I can do this, and I'm a mean Windexer. Guys, listen. Let's start to embrace our strengths, you know? I can cook a mean pot roast. You know, I'm going to show myself some love today. Okay, I'm going to bring this block with me back up. So I'm going to cartwheel out to that warrior two, exalting again with this block in that front hand. And so much space is created, I'm going to start moving into that space. So I'm planting the block 6 to 12 inches in front of that front foot. Okay, and from here, I'm going to kick up, find a focal point, and start opening up out to the side. All this side of the leg is very tight and light. I also have the magical ability of anytime I record these brunches, there's somebody cutting grass or leaf blowing. So I'm just a magnet for that. So one more nice deep breath here. And now I'm going to release this hand down, find my other block, and I'm going to square my hip. So I'm going to corkscrew these top toes towards the planted toes and just find that supported warrior three. So you can even open up, do a little slight cow tilt with the upper body. Beautiful, everyone. Now from here, very simply releasing that top foot next to that bottom foot. Release everything down, forward fold. Goodbye, blocks. Just let it go. If you bent your knees more in the first, try to straighten them. If you had them more straight in the first, forward fold, you can bend them more. Find a little dichotomy. Now from here, we're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae again. Remember to suck in. Just kidding, that was a note for me. Come back, let the blood settle. Let that sunshine hit you. If you live in Florida, boom. Let everything go. Find that self-love. Now from here, we're going to bring our biceps by our ears. We're going to move into our first little back bend today. So you can either bring your hands to your back pockets, a little bit more supportive for the lower back, or you can bring biceps by ears, interlacing the fingers with me, and make a little steeple, and I summon the birds. Thank you. So make a little steeple grip. Both are valid. Both are fine and good. I'm going to start here, and I guess I'll bring my butt to you guys because, you know, you're welcome. Just so that you see, I'm tucking my tailbone under, pressing through the heels of my feet. I'm going to look up first if I have my arms up and release my shoulders, my head to my shoulders, excuse me. And then from here, I'm going to trace a line as I move into a back bend. One more nice deep inhale, exhale here. On your next inhale, bring it up. Exhale, forward fold. Just taking a breath here. Quality controls here. Make sure I don't say anything disparaging about the backyard. Now from here, we're going to walk it out. Our only second vinyasa of the class. I'm doing this if Linda is watching. I know she needs less on the wrist, so that's for you, mama. Okay, chaturanga, scoop the heart through. I'm moving into cobra today. Remember, bum elbow, tucking the toes into that downward facing dog. All right, this is where I'll meet you. I'm going to get a little hammy stretch in here, a little hamstring. So if you guys want to move with me, you can always find child, take a break. I'm just simply walking my feet a little closer to my hands and then really pressing back. I just need that. Self-serving. Beautiful. Now from here, I am going to find child. So I'm going to move into my down dog, release my knees down nice and wide as the mat toes touch behind the glutes as we sink back, releasing the forehead, chest, and always an option to bring that block to your forehead if necessary. Couch pillow, live your life. I don't cue water if you'd like to find some. Right now, we're just coming back to our breath. Beautiful, everybody, beautiful. Now, one more nice deep inhale, exhale here. We're going to move forward into a nice tabletop and then just find our seat here. Very simple. Very simple. And we're going to start with a nice little, forward fold here. We're going to start in seated. We're going to do a little bit more in seated this morning. I just wanted to be a little more restorative to myself as well. So from here, I'm going to move into some yin poses. I don't know why I have to explain everything. I do today. Today I have to explain everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by just taking a nice deep inhale and exhale any tension. And now we're going to hold some of these poses for more than 5 breaths. So we're just going to simply start by bringing our hands by our sides, palms facing up. Just let them ragdoll at your sides. And now very gently, I'm just going to start to C-curve a little bit my spine and just hang out here. Release any tension in the neck. We're just taking this time to release our musculature. So any tension we feel on the inhale, I want you to release it on the exhale. Just feel your body let go. Let it sink. Nice deep inhales and exhales, guys. We are holding this a little longer. You may find this a little tedious. I want you to think of something that brings you joy when you're annoyed in these situations. I don't love all the yin myself, but it's so absolutely vital, especially as high intensity weightlifting athletes. The tension is on like a level. It's on a different level. So just let it all go. Think of a seashell, a beach. I don't know what you're into. Seagulls? Stamp collecting? Maybe you have a child, did something silly this morning. My son has just started to don a unicorn helmet. It's quite something. And then he also flaps his wings like he's flying. So, bring it to your yin, bro. Just let it go. Think about it. Make it laugh. Make yourself laugh, I should say. Let's not take everything so seriously. If you notice, we're holding this quite a bit. You may notice you're getting closer and closer to your lower body. That's just not only gravity, but your muscles are unfurling. So let's take one more nice deep inhale, exhale together. And now very, very gently, we're going to slowly bring ourselves back up. And here we are. Just find a seat, let everything settle, let all the tension go for a second. I'm also going to name this class the Roots class because yours truly is going to get her roots done after this, guys. A lot of gray hairs. Talk about not taking yourself too seriously, honey. We need to blonde it up. They do have more fun. Now from here, we're going to move into a non-yin pose by simply planting our feet. So I'll move this way so everyone can see. Planting our feet. I'm going to bring my hands behind my back with my fingertips facing my glutes. I'm going to open up my chest a little bit and then bring my heels a little closer to the glutes, pressing my hips up to the sky. And if you have any neck tension or issue, look at your belly button. If not, you can release it down. Engage the glutes, engage the hamstrings, and then very, very gently release it down. I'm going to face you again and seated, and I'm going to move into that Upavista. You know I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. From here, we're going to walk our hands forward, and we're going to just simply track back and forth. Starting to just open up, and we are going to forward fold when we feel ready. I'm going to give us a couple more breaths of just moving and starting to let go of any tension, especially in the lower back. And when you're ready, I'm bringing my blocks, couch pillows, whatever you have. We're going to bring these blocks. We can stack them any way we want and release our forehead down. Now, if you have to bring them all the way up, that's cool too. Just find a supportive position. You can get real creative. Think about Legos. Remember when we put those together? Yours truly would lose patience after 5 minutes. But you know what, guys? A metaphor is a metaphor. This is where I want you to just breathe and let the stretch happen. Start to disengage the musculature. Just let it all go. If you feel that your head, there's some pressure, you can always try, but lowering a block just means that you're ready to move to the next level. But don't wrench it. Don't make anything too intense. Your shoulders should not be by your ears. If mine look like that, it's only because I have linebacker shoulders. My God. The only thing not getting bigger these days in my upper body is my boobies. So, that much closer to a pull-up, though. Hello. Gotta look at the silver lining, everybody. I wonder if they're going to take this down because I said boobies. Now, very gently, on your next inhale, we're going to walk our hands up, back, and realign our spine in that Upavista. Just let it all settle in a second. Oof, head rush. Now from here, I'm going to do a similar reverse table, a little less intense, bringing the fingertips to face the glutes so the elbows are out. And I'm just going to shift my hip bone forward and broaden, shift my shoulder blades back. Just kind of counterpose that a little bit, stretching out that upper body. So if the hips were pulled in, now they're pulled out. Then we're going to come back to center here. Take a second. I'm going to move these bad boys over. I'm going to bring, for me, my left leg here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move into a little figure 4 here. Now, I'm going to move into a little forward fold. I want us to re-engage that musculature a little bit, really engage the glutes to protect that lower back. And I'm going to show you like something I like to do in this little figure 4. You can grab on to your to anything that you can. So if it's a shin, if this is as far as you feel comfortable, totally golden. If not, sometimes what I like to do is I like to elevate my calf muscle off the mat and bring my hands underneath and just kind of bring those elbows out and just allow that motion to bring me a little closer. It's like a little lever, you know. I'm not retching close. I'm not pulling and, gritting my teeth. It's just a slight pull, a little helper. Deep inhales, deep exhales. I'm feeling this in my gluteus medius, my hips, my lower back. And now from here, I'm going to slowly release my hands from underneath that calf muscle, walk myself back up. And again, throughout these, I'm just going to bring those hands behind, just kind of opening up that chest and lower back again. Just a place, not a pose, as I switch legs. So now for me, my left foot goes on top of my right quad here, making a little figure 4. Make it feel comfortable. If you feel like your ankle is digging in somewhere, try to shift it to a meatier place. That's right, a meatier place. More meat on there. Okay, from here, we can always just grab what we feel comfortable with and facilitate that stretch. For me, I'm going to elevate my calf muscle, scoop those little hands underneath. And I'm just going to move and allow the flaring of the elbows to bring my upper body closer. Engaging the muscles now, less yin, more yang. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Let it guide you. Let the breath explore. I'm feeling a little more open on this side. That's what happens. One side's always tighter. This is so a yes for today, peeps. Such a yes. Next time you see me, I'll be blonder. Maybe more bubbly. Maybe I'll be having more fun. From here, I'm going to slowly release my hands first and walk them back up. I'm going to move these guys out of the way. And I'm going to find, this is a nice little stretch too, if you want to try that out later. I'm going to find a nice little supine stretch here. So I'm bringing my feet forward. I'm going to do a nice little C-curve shape here. Also keeping these blocks close. Now I'm making a note of it. Look at me, a professional. And as always, I like to give ourselves time when we first lay down to release our buns or ponytails. I was told that doesn't just apply to women. Okay, I get it. I get it. Little guy buns out there. What are they called? There's something they're called. Man buns. That's it. Release them up and start to let your joints settle. I need this so badly. I'm going to move into a supported bridge today. So that's why I have my blocks close. So from here, I'm going to bring my heels towards my glutes, bending my knees. I'm going to press through those heels, elevating my glutes and engaging my hamstrings. And I'm going to bring my blocks underneath my lower back, sacrum, tailbone area. I use both blocks. You want to use one? Cool. You want to make them a little higher? Cool. This is good for me. You just do what's good for you, boo. Explore a little bit. I'm just letting that lower back just like melt. There is an option always here to have straight legs. You can always just release those heels down. A little bit more of an intense yin stretch here. If that feels good for you, embrace it, try it. For me today, I'm backing off a little bit. Just gonna let this thing do its thing. You can always shift your weight back and forth by bending your knees in slightly. Give yourself a little massage. Listen, guys, we don't always have the time to get somebody else's paws on us, so. Starting to lose the tude, guys. I don't know about you, but, a little bit of a rushed morning, feeling good. Starting to think about all the good things going on in my life. Hope you are too. Hope you feel my everlasting love and presence. My quick jokes. Now from here, we're going to press through the heels of the feet. And we're going to remove those blocks and then let that lower back sink back down and become pasted on to the mat beneath us. I'm going to move these out of the way for right now. Just let everything go. I'm going to give you a little bit of a variation here with our spinal twist. I'm going to straighten my left leg down and take my left hand to the outside of the right knee crease. And I'm going to pull that bad boy across. Now, if you would like the straight leg that is on the mat, you can always bend the knee and see if you can grab that opposite foot with the opposite hand. This is cat pulling tail. If this feels good, cool. If not, you don't have to do it. It can just be a spinal twist. I'm so relaxed. I can't even suck in for the camera. Please, no one judge me. There was some cake yesterday. There was big ziti, thanks to mom, Okay, releasing that bottom foot. I'm going to move back to center. And I'm going to bring that right knee down. And now I'm going to bend my left knee and take my right hand to my left knee crease. Pull that bad boy across. Am I in the pool? No. Listen, guys, I'm a professional. Maybe one day, but not today. Now, if you would like, we can always bend this straight leg and grab opposite hand to opposite foot, little cat pulling tail. If that feels good, cool. If not, straight leg. Live your life. Excuse my head movements. I was playing Is That a Leaf or Little Iguana Talons. Listen, it's a real problem down here. Okay, releasing. Coming back to center. My final offering today is going to be a nice little Supta Baddha Konasana, a little laying down bound angle. So the soles of the feet are going to meet. The outside blades of those feet are going to lay on the mat. And we're going to allow the weight of gravity to open these knees up. You can always bring your hands to those inner thighs if you need to. We're just going to let that set us up for our final Shavasana. Nice deep inhales, exhales here. From here, we're going to press the soles of our feet so fiercely together that they press out, taking up space really expansively with those feet. Let them furl out, hands by our sides, palms facing up, ready to receive that good energy. I'm going to come to Sukhasana just because I'm guiding. I want you to start to release your tension. Anything that we've held in our bodies, I want you to let it go. You are safe and protected and supported. Let your thoughts just move through your mind. Observe them, don't absorb them. Let them just be. With each exhale, letting more and more go, more and more tension. Just like that, you're in your final Shavasana. You turned your pain into purpose, not just for yourself, but for others. You should love yourself for that. And when you're ready to bring some awareness back to your body, do not let my words rush you. We're going to simply start by wiggling our fingers and our toes. Bring our arms overhead into a nice good morning stretch. Eventually bringing knees into chest, rocking back and forth until we find a beautiful fetal position on our right side, using our right arm as a beautiful pillow underneath our head, letting all that fresh life flow through you, finding gratitude for all that you've accomplished today with your body. When you're ready to find a nice, easy seat, Sukhasana with me, I'll meet you back up here, hands at heart center. As always, it's an absolute honor to guide you today. I wish you all nothing but love and happiness. As we bow together, namaste. Thank you so much, Brogis. My name is Trish. This is Bro Yoga. See you guys next week.